Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel, hope you're all well. Just seen someone online there from TalkSport, and it was Danny Murphy talking about Isak again, linking him with moves to Liverpool.
Because let's say, I'm hypothesising here, and it probably won't happen, but there's been some news, hasn't there, about Isak possibly going to Liverpool as well. I know that sounds a bit wow, but can you imagine? Then all of a sudden, there's not a conversation. Of course, Liverpool are favourites then, aren't they?
It does my head in. I'm absolutely sick of it. That's all I'm saying now is in the media is either pundits or outlets just linking Isak to Liverpool constantly, or he wants Champions League football. But we've got that. We've got that. We've just won the first trophy in 70 years. So why would he want to leave? It doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm just sick of people linking Isak and a move away, and it just does me head in. I think it's very disrespectful to Newcastle United. They still think we are living in the Ashley days where we're a little stepping stone club. We just get players and sell them for a profit. We're not like that anymore. We are growing a beast. We want to win the Premier League, the Champions League, and the FA Cup, and possibly the Carabao Cup again one day. That is the aim of the Saudi PIF. That's what they said at the start. They want to win stuff with us. Would Isak's head get turned by Liverpool? It probably would. He'd have more chance of winning titles than that. But the fact that we got Champions League football means we can hang on to him. I truly believe if we didn't get top 5, I think that I would have said that they've got a possibility, because you can just use that as they've got Champions League football. But now they've got Champions League football, you can keep your best players. So for me, Isak's got to stay. And if a bid does come in, it's got to be 150 million. Simple as that. 150 million. Because I'm hearing reports that Liverpool might bid 116 million, I think it was, full in cash up front and then add-ons. But to me, I don't want to sell Isak. If we sell Isak, it means we're going backwards. Because, like I said, when we got took over, we're building the beast. Yes, we haven't had signings for 3 seasons because we've been choked to hell from PSR. That's why. The bullshit rules. And I hate them. I do. It doesn't matter who you get as an owner. We've got the richest owners in the world and we can't spend the money. So, to be honest, when people get takeovers now, I don't see the point. Because you can only spend what you earn. So, it's absolutely ridiculous. And just looking at that on TalkSport just wound me up, because I'm sick of people linking our players away. Tonali's been, it was Tonali a couple of weeks back, linked with going back to Italy. Bruno was linked with Man City and all that. Livramento was linked with Man City. We don't need to sell. Not for say any price. The Saudis have got all the money in the world. They do not need to sell anybody unless it was a crazy offer. Like I said, 150 million cash up front for Isak, which I don't think anyone could afford to anyways because of these rules. Apparently there's meant to be rules, but if you're Chelsea or you're the Man City with 105, 10 million bloody convictions, wherever it is, they just get off for it. Man City, what happened to their 100 bloody whatever it was charges from the Premier League? Oh, just swept under the carpet. That's what it's like. Chelsea doing loopholes, bloody selling the women's team to themselves in the friggin' hotels. It is disgusting, and it does my head in. These teams can do loopholes, and there's Newcastle struggling just to sign a player. We had to get rid of Elliot Anderson, and Yakubu Minter last season just to match the PSR deadline. It's absolutely disgusting. They've definitely brought these rules in so nobody can ever again do a Chelsea or a Man City. And that's a fact. Because if there was no rules, Nottingham Forest, Villa, Newcastle would be pushing for top 4 every season with their investments. They would be. They just would be, and they don't like that. They don't like it. Because imagine if there was no rules and it was like Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, Villa in the top 3 and win the title and that. They'd hate it. They'd absolutely hate it. It does my head in. So that's the point I want to get across, is that Danny Murphy has been on TalkSport talking a lot of shite again about Isak leaving the club. It does me head in. I'm sick of hearing about it. I don't want to dismantle the team. Just like Harry Redknapp said back in the days when he had Modric and all that at Tottenham. I do not want to dismantle the team. I want to build around my best players. And that's exactly what Eddie Howe needs and he would want to do. You know, we need to build around Isak. We need to build around Gordon. That's if he doesn't go to Liverpool. And if he does go to Liverpool, if I was going to lose a player between Gordon and Isak, it'll be Gordon. And I bet all yous now will see exactly the same. If we got 80 to 90 million for Gordon, I probably would accept it, because I wouldn't say he was great last season. He was a bit bad. He wasn't the best. He wasn't really doing much, losing the ball time. So, you know, that's football. You know, ins and outs. We'll just have to see what happens with Newcastle United in the transfer market in the coming days and weeks till that deadline day. I think it's August the 31st. Yeah, but that's about it. Quick little video. I just want to get my thoughts across there about people linking Isak again to Liverpool. It does my head in. You know, they're already getting that kid from Bayer Leverkusen for 100+ million. How are they affording to splash another 100-odd million on Isak? I don't know. But then again, their revenue was massive. And that's where PSR favours the big teams. Because if you've got loads of revenue at Man United, they can splash the cash, regardless of getting Champions League football. Like we're seeing in Boomo linked with Man United. No Champions League football, but plenty of that. That's all it is these days. In the past, back in the 90s, football was beautiful. Now it's basically a business, and it's all about money. It's greed. That's what it is now with the players and the agents. It's all greed. The whole thing's greed. And yeah, there's my little 2 pence worth of what I think. So Isak, you're going nowhere. Simple as that. He's got a contract. He's 3 years on his deal. Surely now their club need to basically make a statement and sign Isak on a long-term contract, give him a pay rise, and make sure he is staying at Newcastle United for the foreseeable future. Simple as that. I'll leave it there, everyone. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on Isak linked again with Liverpool. Have a good day, people. Yeah, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.